My word. I had to start this thing to get a cherry picker about a week ago, and it just started hemorrhaging fuel. Didn't think anything of it, just put it back inside, deal with it later. However, it was definitely gravity siphoning the tank out just a little bit. So I've determined it is actually both the feed and the return lines forward of the hard line, all the way up to the rail here with this AN 45 fitting. And then the return comes off the regulator through this fancy 180 degree ordeal right here. So I gotta look and see what I have for 3/8 fuel line. Might have to run and get some, but this thing is stanky today. All right, went and got some new 3/8 fuel line from O'Reilly, and bless their heart, they sold me stuff that isn't for fuel injection, but I checked and it's still rated for 47 PSI, so we should still be good. And I've fed up the new line, which is of course very difficult to see, and I've hung it on the heater core hose. I've undone the old one in the engine bay, so let's go back up top, get that connected. If I can cut this to length down here, then I can feed a length down to do the return as well. Okay, I've got the new 90 degree fitting put onto the fuel feed, which is a dash 6 to a dash 8. And then the distribution hose looks like it's just fine over to the other rail. And then the return all the way back there sneaks under the filter to the bottom side of the regulator. And then the actual return's right here. So I'm gonna have to slice this, pull this off. Well, I don't know if that was new or used hose at the time, but it is rock hard. So definitely due for replacement anyway. Oh joy. Well, it is 3/8 something. I don't know if it's technically fuel line and it's gouged to hell from all the swapping, but we do have the feed line here. So I'll take that off, cut the new one to length, and then we'll get the spool back up top to feed a new return as well. Not actually sure if that one's screwed yet, but it's got a nice chunk taken out of it up there from the trans swap. So we're gonna do it. Yeah, it's weird. I wonder why it leaked. I think both of them have a... I don't think that was necessarily the hose's fault. I think they got clipped pretty good, probably by the engine flopping around, but it was good. It had a 45 on it before, and it really should have had a 90. And I'm not sure if this is dated. Yeah, 2014, so 9-year-old hose. It's due anyway. I've got it buttoned up down here. Just have to pull it taut up there. Make sure it's out of the way here, because I think the old one was getting sandwiched there. Hook it up to the regulator. We'll see if she fires up. Well, there we have it. New lines all the way up. Looks decent, runs back just by the old one. Both going down right there. I'm gonna cycle the fuel pump a couple times, see if we get any leaks. Try firing it up. Fingers crossed. I thought the prime seemed kind of quiet. I'm like, oh right, I have a line lock on it. Whoopsie daisy. Looks like the rest of the stuff's even older, 2013. I know I replaced this section, but I do wonder if I'm gonna have another failure here pretty soon. At least I bought the whole entire thing. I'll have extras now. Are you kidding me? I have a leaking dash 8 fitting? Okay. Try that again. Yep, when I prime, I get fuel dribbling out of that little port. I do see fuel pressure up here though, so I guess that's good. I hate working with this stainless stuff. It sucks. And it's not even that failed. It's the actual fitting. Are you kidding me? Okay. Okay, fine. This is fine. I'm gonna fire it up and see if that keeps doing the thing. How annoying. Oh, for God's sake. God, this thing sounds good. Oh yeah. Oh, she's leaking. She's leaking a lot. All right, that fitting's got to go. Holy shit, man. Oh, look, hopefully I have some easier to use fittings that don't require that stainless steel hose. That sucks. I think there is a little rubber, I don't know why the phone isn't focusing, I'm sorry. I think there's a little rubber piece in there that probably just hardened. These aren't necessarily made only for fuel. Or actually, they're not necessarily made for fuel at all. Well, let's see what I have. Well, I do have some Fiat straight barb fittings and some hose. I'm not sure if I can get away with straight fittings there. I probably could. I kind of like these 90s though. They look swanky. Maybe I'll bite the bullet and just try to squeeze that nicer hose into, well, I don't even know if I have any more 90s. Why is this the way that it is? This car's been so good. Now that it's a manual, it's like, well, I got to brake somewhere else. Okay, well, I guess I'll pull this entire piece off. We'll take a look. Well, since it's just the swivel that's leaking, I did find another Dash 890. I'm gonna see if I can reuse the collar where the actual hose is and just swap out the swivel itself. Because this is the bit right here. Sorry. This is the bit right here that's actually leaking. Well, we'll see. I'm not like ultra confident. There was some rubber like shmoo from the hose getting all torn up. So I don't know, maybe it'll clog an injector and everything will be totally screwed, but I'm gonna see if it leaks with an injector cycle. I think I'm gonna order some 90-degree barbs either way. So now that one's leaking. I'm pretty sure the way that hose is bent, there's no way I could have flipped it the other way. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna order the proper barb fittings. There's no reason this needs to be that stainless steel junk. Bummer! I wanted to get this fixed today. Cute. All right. Should be able to get this car out of here without too much trouble. Oh no, the key's in the house. All right. It is normal for it to stumble a little bit. This multi-air system uses oil pressure to fire the intake valves. Oh, found the debris. This really isn't too bad. Just like that, the magic of eBay parts finally here. So I've got a little bit of my Fiat, I think, brand, or maybe Holly Dash 8 hose. And I've got my two new push locks here. I am going to put a little bit of soap on those bad boys, and we'll get this pressed together, and we'll change out that intermediate line, and we'll see if we have any leaks. And just like that, it's installed, so let's see if it leaks. Well, I ran it through 2 key cycles, and I don't see anything. So I guess I'll open the garage door, pull it outside, and let it run for a few minutes, see if we see any leaks. Okay. Yep. Oh, right. Forgot this thing doesn't have a parking brake. There we go. Luckily, I got a nice little crevice in the apron there. I think we're good. Let's take her for a quick rip. Even the alternator is behaving. Oh, that's uncomfortably close. Still so wild to me that this car's a 6-speed now. Well, I don't smell any fuel, so that's a good sign. I really have to plug the laptop back into this. I don't think it's getting a throttle position sensor signal. Sure sounds good. So far, so good. Yep. Yep, I think we're solid. Good. I can feel that rear brake dragging so bad. What a good car.